Ed, yeah, take us through what we understand based on this development here. Ed.
Yeah, so Elon Musk walked into Twitter's San Francisco offices on Wednesday and spent the afternoon meeting with employees. And in one huddle, many questions were put to him. One was on the report originally from the Washington Post that he'd lay off 75% of staff. Sources tell us that he denied that he would be laying off 75% of Twitter's workforce and that he didn't know where that number came from. But a lot of Twitter insiders telling me and my colleagues that he didn't explicitly rule out layoffs, generally speaking. So it kind of adds to what we know is to be an all-hands meeting this Friday, where Elon Musk will meet with the company's staff and take questions from them. But as you guys may have seen the video, he walked in to the Market Street office carrying a kitchen sink earlier, and I think that the pun or the joke that was intended based on his tweet was, this is really happening. He's inside Twitter HQ ahead of the deal closing, and we should all let that sink in.
Let it sink in. I like what you did there. And yeah, what is Twitter in store for then, with Elon Musk? I mean, obviously walking in this dramatic fashion with a kitchen sink, if he's not flat out ruling out slashing jobs, what other sort of problems could he still be facing in the next few months or so, or the company could be facing? Yeah,
I mean, we've reported in recent days and weeks that morale is pretty low across Twitter's offices in San Francisco, New York, and London, right? There's a lot of uncertainty. There have been a lot of what Twitter insiders call pointless meetings, where they're doing like these future project and planning meetings, but they have no idea what's going to happen with the company. That said, I think Elon Musk has been pretty detailed in what he wants to do with Twitter. He wants to open source the algorithm. He wants to address the bots issue on the platform. He wants to continue to experiment with an edit button. He wants to look at policy where instead of outright bans on the platform, they look at kind of timeout situations. But he's also talked about how he wants to kind of share from his successes at companies like Tesla and SpaceX, which is to kind of improve the engineering talent base, make it more efficient. And a big part of that is how Twitter operates from a hardware infrastructure perspective right through to an engineering perspective. So, I think we expect changes, but the critical thing is that Twitter has 7,500 employees right now. 75% would have hypothetically been a dramatic reduction of headcount down towards 2,000. And, there are still a lot of people inside the building in San Francisco that are unhappy and worried. But I guess they're now slightly more reassured that many of them, or not as many of them, will be losing those jobs as they feared.